G'day YouTube, how you going? I thought I'd make a quick video, just as seeing as we're all in isolation at the moment, pretty fucking bored, so thought I'd give you a rundown on my 180SX. So starting from the outside with the bodywork, it's not a Type X, so it does have a Type X kit, but it isn't a Type X. It's actually an imported model from Japan to Australia that has four-wheel steer. So it actually has the super high cast, which is pretty rare for a 180 these days, I think. So yeah, it's got the Type X side skirts, Type X front bumper. I think it's a Bomex rear bumper from memory. Other than that, bodywork is pretty standard. It does have a wing on the rear, just a little boot lip sort of thing. Other than that, yeah, bodywork's pretty standard. It is a forged motor. So it's running around about 400 horsepower at the moment. That's at the engine. So roughly about 280 kilowatts at the rear wheels. So I'd say that roughly equates to about 400 engine horsepower. I think that's fair to say. It's obviously got a big exhaust on there. I think it's a 3.5 inch from memory. Can't remember what brand it is exactly. It's running on some works, as you can see there. I'll put the specs on the wheels in the description for anyone interested. I think they're 9.5 from memory, plus 22, I think. Yeah, it's on BC Gold coilovers. Obviously, it's got the R33 brakes all around, which I installed. I did all the work on this car. I'm a qualified mechanic, so I've done basically everything on this thing since I purchased it. When I bought it, it had a bit of a lifter tick from the top end. So me being anal, I decided to pull the engine out and just rebuild it myself at home, which was no problem. So I just did all the basic refresh stuff, you know, rings, bearings, hone, head gasket, obviously all the gaskets, things like that, and refreshed it up. And then, yeah, ran it in since, got it tuned, and yeah, it made about 280 the wheels on 22 PSI on E85. So it is running just straight E85, so no pump fuel at the moment. It does have a high cast lock kit in the rear. I'm just trying to think what other suspension stuff it's got. Obviously it's got adjustable camber arms and whatnot. But yeah, I thought I'd give you guys a bit of a look. But it's got this S20, so it obviously records some pretty amazing quality videos. So I was thinking I might make some more videos in the future. I might even put a camera in the car and do some driving sound clips. We'll see if this gets enough interest, if I can be bothered to do that. Driving obviously at the moment is a bit risky because no one's on the road and there's plenty of cops out, so they're pulling up a lot of people, and obviously if they see this car, that's a big green light to pull me over. So yeah, I'll just do a bit more of a walk around just to show you guys what it looks like up close and stuff. The thermal fan's kicking in, it's been sitting, probably should turn it off. Guys, a quick run through the interior. There's not too much going on in here. It's fairly clean for an old car. Oh, my Apexi's fallen down. So yeah, it's running an Apexi Power FC. That's just running the straight E85. A few gauges up here, just some SAS gauges. We've got oil pressure, boost pressure, and coolant temp. And obviously the coolant temp controls my thermal fans. It's running an Innovate O2 sensor. It's not actually bunged into the exhaust just yet. I'm working on that. HKS turbo timer and the sleepy eye controller. Other than that, yeah, the interior. It's got a little drift handbrake button from GK Tech. Other than that, interior is pretty standard. It's fairly clean for its age, so pretty happy as it is, to be honest. I could do with some seats in there. Obviously they're pretty expensive, but one day I'll put some better seats. Yeah. Pop the bonnet, see where all the magic happens. Okay, this is where the business happens. So forged SR20, obviously still 2 litre. It's running a GT 2871R, so a fairly small turbo, pretty common upgrade for these engines. Does have the bigger front cover, so that obviously helps with a bit more flow under the higher boost. It's got a sort of custom made spaghetti manifold, which is made of pretty good metal, so it's not cracking or anything like that. That's doing its job for now. Aftermarket radiator with some thermals, as you can see, keep it all nice and cool, pretty standard. It's got the big hybrid front mount intercooler that you can see there, so it's a pretty hefty cooler, gets all the cooling done. So the motor itself, it's got CP pistons, Carillo rods, 9:1 compression from memory, Tomei Procams, Tomei head gasket. Obviously it's got all the valve train upgrades and things like that it needs. Cam gears, rocker stoppers, obviously springs and retainers and all that kind of jazz. Fuel side, it's running a Walbro 450 intake pump. On an external relay, so it's got enough current to supply. It's on Raceworks fuel rail with Bosch 1000cc injectors, as you can see there. And it's got a SARD aftermarket fuel pressure regulator that you can see there. It's running a Tarx solid timing chain tensioner, so got rid of the standard SR20 hydraulic one. I feel a lot happier with the solid one in there. It does have a GK Tech throttle wheel you can see there. Gives a bit more response for the throttle. I think that's about it. In terms of boost control, it's just running a Turbo Smart boost T. It's just a simple and easy solution, cost effective to control the boost. I don't need anything electric at the moment, just because I'm running one tune on E85, not having any dual map tunes or anything like that, so just keep it as it is for now. A little bit